Okay, you are currently watching a lecture at Stanford University. It's approximately 10 years ago in the year 2010. And the lecturer is going to talk about, quote, our times. Now remember, this is 2010.
And as you know, in the spring of this year, following our typical seasonal flu season, which was just winding down.
Okay, I do have a video on that on one of my channels, and I forget which channel I put it on. The flu season doesn't really exist, okay? They want you to believe that there's a season, just like winter, spring, summer, fall. They want you to believe that. But it's not true. What it is just stimulus response. Stimulus, flu shot. Response, people are sick. So it depends on when all the shots get administered. And they will usually do that towards end of summer, beginning of fall. So that by the middle of fall and into winter, quote, there's flu season. It doesn't exist. It is created by the shots. Okay, now I have personal experience with that. I visited a lot of people one time in the hospital, and out of 10 people, I asked them this question: did you get a flu shot? And 9 out of the 10 said yes. So there you have it. It's the shot that brings on the so-called flu season. It's created.
There were these reports of this outbreak of influenza in Mexico, and actually concomitantly in California. And in fact, the first isolate was actually derived from California, and so the new name of the virus is actually California H1N1, and it is a swine virus. But these are the early data that came from Mexico about who's affected by this new pandemic virus. And just a key point on this slide is that...
Keep in mind the year is 2010. They're trying to push a pandemic in the year 2010. They're creating this stuff out of nothing and promoting it.
That the median age of people is 20. Pretty young. And then if you look at the age groups where people were, now these are hospitalized patients, but it has a spooky similarity to 1918 in that people you wouldn't expect necessarily to be most at risk.
Spooky. Ooh. Ooh. Now keep in mind, this is supposed to be a credentialed speaker at a university. It's spooky. Woo.
For acquiring infection are in these young adult age groups. Now, I want you to look at the right-hand part of the slide. This is what we know about the virus. And of course, now I think this virus was sequenced in a matter of days, maybe a day. So we knew immediately what the new strain looked like. And on the right, you can see that there are 4 different colors of genes.
Let's put them in colors, because colors are coded as well. All right, red is usually the passion that you bring to a starry. Blue is the starry. Yellow is the false light of Lucifer. Okay, it's a reflected light that seems to be true, but it's actually not true. And if you've ever wondered why President Trump always has yellow hair, okay, it's because it's a reflected false light of the God of this world, Lucifer.
So there's one gene in this new pandemic virus that is a human. This was from the old seasonal H3N2 virus. There are 2 yellow genes. These came from a bird in North America. There are 3 blue genes, which are from swine from North America, and then there are now 2 red genes. These are from Eurasian swine. So it's got genes from 4 different mammalian species. Now look on the left. This is a virus that was endemic in pigs in several locations in the United States, was causing swine influenza in several locations in the United States, and 11 people who were in close contact, almost all of whom were in very close contact with these pigs, came down with a moderately severe case of flu. Nobody died. This occurred in 2005. Nobody died. That was the end of the human cases, sort of like 1976. Nothing else happened in the human population. But now, when you look at the comparison between this virus, which was in swine, and a triple reassortant, in other words, it's got 3 different mammalian species genes involved, and now you look at the new human one. This is a classic example of a reassortant virus, that this virus got together with H3N2 and mixed up all their genes, and this is what came out. Now,
Well, how about that? The viruses had a conference, and they decided to share their genes. You know, one virus took off its pants or its jeans. The other virus took off its pants or jeans, and they cut one of the legs of the genes off of each, and they traded. Wow, this was a virus swap.
now we don't know where the swine are that might have had this combination, and it might have arisen in a human, actually.
Well, let's go look for the swine. Let's go out all across the country and look for the swine that caused all this. Oh my goodness. Or it could have been a human. Well, let's go look for the human that caused all this. Or maybe this one right here caused all this. That's right. Maybe these hoaxers caused all this. Thank you for watching. We'll continue with the nonsense